This cactus is very interesting. When the spines are dry, they appear to be white. But when they become wet, look what happens. First, they turn pink, and then eventually, the spines will turn red. For comparison, this is when it's wet, and this is how it looks when it is dry. You will rarely find this cactus for sale because it is difficult to grow this from seed, and also because the process is very slow. Good day everyone, my name is Anna and welcome to Cactus Caffeine. For today, I am going to be potting up two very special cacti. I got these from Cactus World recently and I made a video about that. Cactus World is a nursery here in Nevada. They're primarily a wholesale nursery, but they also have a retail shop online. You can find them at cactusworld.com. What makes Cactus World unique is besides selling nursery grown plants, they also sell native plants that are found in the Mojave Desert. They have the license to legally collect, take care, and sell plants that are legally collected from the habitat here in the Mojave Desert. Now these two plants, these two cacti, are part of those that were salvaged in the Mojave Desert according to the owner due to mining operations. Otherwise, they would have just been, removed or discarded whenever there is a commercial or private development going on a certain land in the Mojave Desert. So these were legally collected according to the owner from a mining site. I got these two from them. So this is an Echinocactus polycephalus, while this one is an Escobaria vivipara variety desert tea. Okay, oh, this is heavy. It looks small, but the pot is heavy. As you can see, this cacti, they both have this yellow tag. This is a desert flora tag, and this is proof that this is not a poached plant or an illegally collected plant. This is proof that this is collected legally under the supervision of the Division of Forestry. So both of them has this tag on them. And it says here in the tag that it is unlawful to transport plant until tag is properly affixed, unlawful to remove tag from plant until planted in final location, unlawful to ship this plant without a shipping permit, and any violation of the laws pertaining to the protection of desert flora subjects the native plant to confiscation. And now, since I am potting up this cactus, and this cactus is now going to be planted in its final location, which is here in my backyard, I can now remove this desert flora tags. This Echinocactus polycephalus is also known as the multi-headed barrel because in habitat it forms a clump. Now this one has, I counted the heads, so there's one here, 2, 3, 4, and I think there's a smaller one here at the back right here, so 5. So this one has 5 heads already, and according to what I've read, this one is very slow growing, and before it will form the pups or the other heads around it, it will take close to about 20 years before it starts forming these many heads around it. So this one is easily 20 years at the very least, most probably more. So this has age to it. It is also called the cotton top cactus because of the fruit that develops on top of it. So its flowers, the base of its flowers and the fruit that eventually forms is covered by a woolly material, much like a cotton. That's why it's called a cotton top cactus. And I just learned that recently when I visited Cactus World. Before I repot this cactus, I see that here on top it has actually some spent flowers. Probably there's fruits in there. Hopefully there are seeds inside, so I'm going to remove them first before I repot this. Removing these is not easy because of the vicious spines. Even the fruits are protected by the spines. So I don't know if any animal can get a hold of these fruits. Okay, it's slowly coming off. I think this one is a fruit. We'll see. I'm going to try and open it up later. Whoa, look at all those seeds. I'm gonna try to sow them and let's see what happens. Now, time to get this out of its pot. Oh, it's heavy. Ugh. Oh, I was expecting it to be in a heavy clay soil, but it's not. Looks like they put or they used a good soil in this one. Okay. I see the roots here reaching the bottom of the soil or bottom of the pot. I'm actually expecting the worst in terms of root system on this one because this is actually the second rescue plant that I purchased, or second salvage plant that I purchased. The first one was a Cactus acanthodes, and when I potted it up, it had very little roots in it, but it's doing very well now after, I think I've had it for 3 years now, and it's doing very well. So for this one, since this is also a salvaged cactus, I am not expecting it to have a good root system. But then looking at it, I could see that the roots, healthy roots, are all the way down here. This is the pot that I decided to use for this cactus. I measured the clump and it measures about 12 inches across. So I had to find a pot that's big enough to accommodate the growing heads of the cactus. So this is 16 inches across, and then also a pot that's deep enough but not too deep to accommodate these long roots. And then at the bottom of this pot, I placed some lava rocks, not too deep, about 2 inches at the bottom, because with a big pot, usually in time the soil will like settle at the bottom, and especially this has, I could see it has some clay soil in it. When the soil settles in the bottom, the clay soil will usually form a cake, a hard cake at the bottom. So I don't want to happen, so I have these lava rocks to minimize the caking of the soil. And then this is the soil, cactus soil that I am using. I just mixed up a cactus soil straight out of the bag, to which I added 50% more organic materials, which are perlite, pumice, and some more of that lava rocks. I will also be mixing some of this soil that came with the cactus. It has some, I believe it has some native soil in it, and it's very sandy too. This cactus has been in my wish list for years, ever since I first saw this at Springs Preserve here in Las Vegas. They have a very nice specimen of this growing in there. I've always wanted one for my collection, but then I couldn't find one that is seed grown. I found out that the reason that I could not find a nursery grown of this type of cactus is because this has a very low seed germination rate. And if ever you succeed germinating the seeds, it is also difficult to keep the seedlings alive as it is very rot prone. And so I feel very lucky to have found this. Not only is it already matured, I feel fortunate to be able to give this like a second chance in life. I will be able to rehome this and hopefully give it a chance to continue growing. Alright, now the last thing that I'm going to do is put some top dressing. I'm going to be using the same lava rocks that I mix in the soil. Now this top dressing will help the soil from spilling over the pot whenever I water this cactus. And also because the perlite is light, so whenever you water a cactus with perlite in the soil, the tendency is for the perlite to float and spill over the pot. This next cactus is Escobaria vivipara variety desert tea. Now, I see that this also has fruits on the top, and that's a bonus once again. So I get a cactus and also I have free seeds. I am going to remove these fruits before I repot this cactus. Here's the first fruit, and there are more in here. So later in this video, I will open up these fruit and we'll see if we can get seeds inside. This pot is heavy. I can see that they use our native soil for this one. It's finally out of its pot, and I'm happy to see that this cactus is well rooted despite the fact that this was salvaged. Tyler, the owner, did tell me that before they sell a cactus from that was salvaged from habitat, they make sure that it is well rooted, so they keep it with them for about at least a year before they sell it. And look at this, the root extends all the way to the bottom. Okay, so this is a well-established cactus, well-rooted. The soil, however, that they use is our native soil. It is a sandy clay soil. This will hold a lot of water and it gets very compact when wet. However, that's the type of soil that this cactus is used to, since this is endemic here in the Mojave Desert in Nevada. So what I am going to do is I am not going to completely bare root this cactus. I will leave whatever soil is attached to the roots, whatever native soil is attached to the roots. And then I mixed myself some cactus soil here, which is very gritty, grittier than what I usually use, because I will be mixing some of the native clay soil in here. So I have here cactus soil, and then I added more pumice and some little lava rocks to it. It is sad that a lot of native plants are being removed from habitat, but it is also inevitable due to developments. So I encourage you all, if you can, please adopt a legally salvaged or collected plant. Many of these are ancient, and experts believe that the barrel type cacti can actually live to 100 years old and even more. And so these cacti deserve to live their full life. The rescuing of native plants, I know, are not only done here in Nevada, they also have this program in Arizona and I think in Texas as well. Here in Nevada, if you follow the Facebook page of Bureau of Land Management Nevada, they sometimes announce when they will have a land clearing operation for government-owned properties. And then they will invite people to come and you can dig the plants yourself for a fee and under their supervision. This gives you a chance to participate in the clearing operation and adopt a plant yourself. However, only people with the valid Nevada ID are eligible to participate. Alternatively, you can simply check out cactusworld.com. They also offer these plants, but they make sure that they are already re-established or well-rooted. I believe they do the rescue operations for privately owned lands. Okay, so here are the cactus fruits that I gathered from the two cacti. This is from the Escobaria vivipara. I got 3 and I believe they have seeds in them. Let's try this one out. Ooh, very juicy. Yep, there's seeds in it. Still juicy. Now I would have to clean this. The seeds are not dry yet, okay? But at least I know I got seeds. See this small one here. Okay, looks like, oh yeah, there are seeds in here too. Okay, it's small but it has seeds. And so does this one. All right, lucky me. Not only did I get a cactus, but I also got seeds. This one is from the cotton top, the Echinocactus polycephalus. Wow! This is why they call it cotton top cactus. So the fruit is covered by that woolly-like material. Ooh! Yep! This one also has seeds inside. Despite the fruit being dried, it's actually easier to take the seeds out when the fruit is dry. See? Whoa! So I will be sowing these seeds. If you guys have experience growing this type of cactus from seed, the Echinocactus polycephalus, and if you're successful, please let me know. If you have any tips from me on how I will sow the seeds, I would greatly appreciate it. The seeds are very big and very hard, like rock hard. I wonder if I need to soak this first in water, but let me know, guys, if you have any tips for me. Here now are my 2 newly potted cacti that I purchased from Cactus World. Now, they also gifted me with a Joshua tree and I planted that one in our front yard. So, thank you very much to Tyler of Cactus World for my very first Joshua tree. This type of Joshua tree is the one that grows native here in Nevada. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, follow me on Facebook and in Instagram, and until next time, bye everyone and cheers!